So this is going to be a pretty quick video. I guess you could call it a public service announcement. Do not dry fire your PA Traditions flintlock. I'm working on my flintlock, which came with a synthetic stock, and I'm putting a wood stock on it that I'm making from scratch. And as I was taking all the pieces off of the synthetic stock, I noticed that this piece here, which is called the mainspring, is broken in two different places, right here and down here. So I cleaned this, and before I put it away I was just making sure everything was working right, and I'm pretty sure I dry fired it, which I think is what caused this to snap. So by dry fire, what I mean is all in reference to the frizzen location. This is in the closed position and this is the open position, and dry firing it would be when the frizzen is in the open position. So I'm going to kind of show you how this works and try to explain how this firing system works here. Basically, this is called the tumbler here. This is the sear, and then the trigger would come up to here and push on this to release the sear from the tumbler. In the half cock position, which we're in right now, there's a little piece that overhangs down here, and you can push on the sear as hard as you want. It doesn't fire because of that overhang. The mainspring comes around to this piece and pushes down on that, which actually ends up being what throws the hammer forward. But when we put it in the full cock position, now we can push up on the sear and we'll fire the hammer forward. So I'll kind of show what that does when the frizzen is in the closed position, which is where it's supposed to be. And you can see the hammer gets thrown forward, the flint strikes the frizzen, which slows down the hammer quite a bit, and everything works fine. But when we try it in the open position, I think this is where we cause problems. So we move it to full cock, and when we throw this, that's exactly what I think happened. The hammer comes forward so fast and doesn't get slowed down by the time the mainspring is almost in the fully open position, I guess. And what happened was the mainspring slipped off the tumbler, and now it's kind of free floating in here, at least in my synthetic stock, which is pretty much hollow. It had a lot of room to just bang around, vibrate, and I can see how that probably is what busted this. So I guess I'm lucky that I caught this before the season. You know, lucky I didn't catch it on maybe the first day of Flintlock, because I had to order another one of these springs, and it's going to take about a week and a half or so to get here. But hopefully if you watch this video, you won't be dry firing your flintlocks. At least for the PA Traditions, this is how they work, and I'm pretty sure most of the other flintlocks work the same way. They're all designed in the old way, with a really old steel, spring steel, and really these used to be forged, so that's why they're designed in this manner. You could design this a different way with modern springs, but they're designed like this because that's how they were first made. So I believe like a Thompson Center would have the same design. I'm not sure because I haven't looked at those from the inside, but either way, it's probably safe to say you shouldn't dry fire any flintlock, but definitely not a PA Traditions as I'm showing here. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this helps you out and you don't end up in the same position I am.